What's going on, guys? Just on here to talk some FSU recruiting since early National Signing Day just wrapped up yesterday. And, of course, it's Championship Saturday. We're not playing. We would have been playing if the Wake game didn't get canceled. So the season is concluded. We finished 3-6. But on to some early National Signing Day talk. I think Friday – FSU wrapped up by getting a blue-chip wide receiver out of IMG, Malik McClain. If you guys are watching this, you probably know he's committed to FSU for a hot minute. Decommitted like less than 2 weeks ago, about the same time Luke Altmaier, the quarterback that flipped to Ole Miss. So everyone thought, well, man, Malik's probably going to go to Ole Miss. There we go. We're going to lose two blue chips on offense. Yippee. But unfortunately, Malik decided to flip back to Florida State, if you will. And his commitment alone took the class up all the way to 22nd nationally. Now, I hope this video isn't flagged because I have the ACC championship game on right here. So maybe I should cover it up, whatever, if they do. But Bradley Wilson, buddy, heard we were awesome. Yeah, he was a big get. Obviously, wide receiver next to defensive end and offensive tackle is the biggest need in the class. So that was a huge get. But on 24/7's composite rankings, I think we're up to 22nd. There's still like 8 or 9 spots available in this class. The folks at the various NOLA websites think that that'll largely be filled by the portal kids. But let's assume, for argument's sake, Florida State pulls in Hargrove, 4-star running back, Destin Hill, the 4-star wide receiver. Let's say, for argument's sake, they get those two. I believe the 24/7's calculator, if you put those guys in, would shoot them up to around 16th or 17th, somewhere in that neighborhood, which, generally that's a shitty FSU class. But in light of everything, the third head coach in 4 years, how many losses have we had since the 2017 season? I lost count. I don't even know. What do we lose? Let's do it real quick. Maybe y'all can help me. Let's see. What is it? All right, we're 7. Sorry, this is just live. This is impromptu. I just want to hang out. 7-6 in 2017. So 7-6. 2018. Went 5-7, so that's 12-13. Then last year we went 6-7, so that's 18-20. And this year 3-6, so that's 21-26. Sorry that took forever. I'm not too good with math. 20-26 over the last 4 seasons. So third head coach for 4 years, 18-26 over the last 4 seasons. A pandemic which has prevented Norvell and his staff from in-person visits, cultivating relationships. If they can finish in the teens, I'll take that all fucking day. And that's before we even consider who they'll take in the portal. So I believe they're at 16 kids that have signed right now, or maybe it's 15. They have one offensive lineman named Chemo who may be waiting for an LSU offer. If he wants to, dude, go have fun at LSU. Like he's not even a blue chipper. Not to say he couldn't be good, but he's not the type of recruit where you're like, yeah, we're just gonna wait all day for you there, guy. I want to go to LSU, go. So some positive news Friday that gives you hope that this class is at least decent considering all that context I just mentioned. Because it was just a few short days ago, this class was in the 30s. It was just pathetic. Like, Norvell and company should be graded on a curve, but that curve doesn't include pulling in a 30-something ranked class. So if they finish in the teens, fine. Hopefully next year we have a legit offseason, get some needs in the portal, and up the win total in 2021. I mean, that's the thing. I say we. You know what I mean? FSU doesn't have to win 10 ball games next year to get the recruiting back on track. And by back on track, I mean top 10, at least top 10. Win 7-8 ball games. Have something legitimate to sell these kids. Look, the first season was cocked over, a pandemic, like we didn't have spring ball, we couldn't implement our new shit, blah, blah, blah. That's not an excuse for Fuller, the D coordinator, by the way. He can kick rocks. But they could sell that. Hey, that was year 0 for us. This is really our year 1. And look what we just did. We went 8-4, whatever. Then you might see something like a top 10 class for the 2022 class. And then suddenly, all right, now you're trending in the right direction, but we're a long way from that. It's a lot of assuming. Let me check the chat. Bradley Wilson says, good to have you back. You were a ghost for a year or so. Yeah, I mean, I really didn't have any great reason for it. Like, I still watched every game every Saturday, even though we sucked. I just wasn't making content. Yeah, I cut it off last time. That was me because I fucked up. Brad, I appreciate you guys hopping in here. I'm just like you guys. I'm just a fan who hops around on the popular Noel sites and I tries to be informed. And the reason I started this channel years ago wasn't to act like I'm some expert, because I'm not. You know, again, I at best I'm an informed fan, but I created the channel for what we're doing now. Discussion. Just discussion, talking Noles, talking shop, bullshitting. So I really appreciate you guys hopping on here. And you know, like Bradley alluded to, you know, I was AWOL for a while. But I'm thinking now, like I think I'm ready to get on more regularly now. Just because I really want to get – I played fantasy baseball like pretty religiously, and I play a lot of dynasty leagues. And as much as it sucks that FSU is currently rebuilding, and make no mistake, this is a rebuild. We're not winning 10 ball games next year. We'll win 7. And if we do, good job. But rebuilding teams in dynasty leagues is a lot of fucking fun. And sometimes it's fun to get down in the shit. And I want to see how this rebuild goes. Because if it's rebuilt and we get back to competing for conference titles, you know, maybe by 2023, maybe would be the absolute earliest, or whenever, then you appreciate these times when you didn't just not pay attention. Because I have like friends like Florida fans, and I know I'm sure there's FSU fans, but most of my friends are Florida fans. They were very casual during the down years, and I didn't blame them. I can't blame them. Hey, who wants to watch dog shit every Saturday? But, and I'm not saying I'm unlike a lot of FSU fans, but I, like a lot of have continue to watch every single game during these last terrible 4 seasons or 3.75 seasons, whatever you want to call it. So I think I might be ready to make more content and really follow this rebuild along to see the pieces as they come together, what they turn into or what they don't turn into. So fuck it. Let's hang out. Let's have fun. All right, Luis Ramos, what's your thoughts on Chuba? I know we didn't see much, but are you encouraged by what you saw? There was so little to see, but that NC State game, specifically the second half, it just looked like he started to become much more comfortable. And you don't have to be an expert or an analyst or a scout to see that he has a much, much stronger arm than Rodemaker. And I don't know if he has a much stronger arm than Travis, but definitely he can put the ball in more spots than Travis can currently. And he's nearly as athletic as Travis. So, oops, sorry about that. So when he went out the second time with injury, I was really disappointed. I wanted to see him and see how he developed the last couple games. But I was definitely encouraged by the little bit we saw. You know, like Norvell and Dillingham, you know, they handpicked them for a reason. They passed on Jeff Sims. Trust me, they passed on him. They and that could come back to bite him in the ass. We'll see. By the way, Jeff Sims had terrible passing numbers at Georgia Tech this year, even though there's a group of Noles sections after the first game that were like, oh, my God, what a fucking huge mistake. We let Jeff Sims go. Sorry. There's a segment of Nole fans, a vocal minority of Nole fans that call themselves a dark side Noles. It's fucking pathetic. I can get on here. I can criticize Norvell. I'm not going to be blind and pump you rainbow and unicorns 100% of the time. But you shouldn't do the opposite and pump negative 100% of the time. It's just just people like to be miserable. But anyways, I was encouraged by Chuba. The arm is there. He can throw from opposite hash to opposite, from one hash to opposite sideline and vice versa. He can get it downfield. He's definitely athletic. He has the size. He needs a lot of development. But the little bit I saw, I was like, all right. Like Rodemaker, his little bit of action, and they both have a little bit of action, but his little bit of action, I wasn't like, yeah, that no. He looks like a noodle arm. What's up, Mike? Thanks for tuning in. And I need to get the battery quick before this shit dies. Where the fuck? This is why you prepare, folks. I forgot to plug in my fucking laptop like an idiot. Like I said, I'm a fucking pro at this. I'm just a fucking slapdick fan. It's like to chat it up. All right, and we're plugged in. Fucking idiot. Just a Dennis, just in the misery, become a Miami fan. Not gonna do it. Wouldn't be prudent. What's funny is the Miami game, and I'll get to the rest of you guys, don't worry. Not that you're worried. But the Miami game was played during my wedding reception. So we had the reception at my house. I won't go into great detail and bore you. We cleared out all the furniture, set up tables and everything. And we didn't have the TV volume on. We had music on instead. We had a lot of fun. But yeah, that game was on during my wedding reception. I'm just like, I was drinking heavily already anyways, but man, I don't know what to make of Miami. I mean, Manny clearly has him in a better spot than Golden. But do I think he's an ACC championship playoff type coach? I don't think so. He doesn't strike me as that. So we'll see. At least you're not with Golden anymore. You guys have improved. So at least enjoy that, right? And how the fuck? Sorry, I'm going all over the place here. How the hell did we beat UNC? In UNC, I mean, they went straight fucking like Madden rookie mode on your defense. What was it, like 800 total yards, 550 rushing? Like, how the fuck did we beat them? Got smoked by you guys, and then you guys didn't put up a fight. But anyways, okay, let me get back to the chat here. Christopher Hughes, I still think we need a new wide receiver coach and defensive coordinator. Yeah, I hate to give up on a DC. Not to hate to, but I prefer not to give up on a coach 9 games into his tenure. But there's one thing to be lacking personnel on defense, and we certainly are lacking. A pass rusher can't be found on this defense. Linebackers are questionable. Safeties are questionable. So what Fuller inherited, questionable. But my God, there is still enough talent there to not literally be one of the worst defenses in the entire FBS. Like, you'd watch games and it'd be in the third quarter and teams would be averaging like 9 yards a play at some points during games. Like, I can try and grade you on a curve, bud, but what you showed me this year was shit. Like, there was honestly some games I'd watch, and I can't remember right now. I'm sure you guys remember too. You're watching and you're like, I think this offense might do worse against air. That's how bad our defense was. It's literally like anything an offense wanted at any given time was there. So when you're setting records in a bad way at Florida State for defensive futility, yeah, I'm not going to stand for you. I'm not going to cap for you. He can kick rocks. Dugans, he's not elite, so I wouldn't care if they